We are underway. The game is underway. We're a little bit behind on the clock because of the quick turnaround time, but we are live. And FK Viking are already pushing forward here. Chance. Shot from distance, unlucky. It's gone behind for a corner. I do think this one's going to be a little bit end-to-end. Just by the very nature of Norwegian football, it always is quite end-to-end. Well, we've got a slight gap in play. I do want to say, first off, big thank you to our sponsors, Match Bingo. As always, if you haven't gone and checked them out, please go and check them out. You can scan the QR code, which is live on screen at any point throughout this game, or you can click the description in my bio. And it is 1-0 Viking! It's 1-0 Viking! We've only been on for less than 30 seconds, and Viking have scored. We've not even got the scoreboard up, but the game is underway, and Viking have scored off the corner. It was a great goal. It was a fabulous goal. It's Falkner. It's Falkner. He scored. And Molde are 1-0 down. Straight off the corner. And Viking. Jeez. Honestly, Viking are really ruffling some feathers in the Norway Eliteserien this year. Bodø Glimt put away the other day. And now it's looking like Molde are going to get dispatched quite easily as well. But there you go, we're off and underway. Molde 0, Viking 1. Sub-stub the clock. I know, the clock will just... I'm just trying to get everything going. I've still not got bloody TikTok on either. I need to get TikTok going. So you'll have to give me a sec. Let me get TikTok going. I'm well behind. I'm well behind on this one. Molde are crap. Well, Molde haven't started the season very well, but I wouldn't go as far as saying they're crap. They've definitely started the season pretty poorly, though. They've definitely started the season poorly. Right. Right, it's going to be a long throw into the box here. Molde clear it away. Right. Sub-stub, I'm not Aggie anymore. Alfiron, what? 3 minutes, 1 goal. Yeah, mate, it's already gone off. It's already, well... Right, we need to get rid of that. Not picture-in-picture. We need to drag that out. Molde with a shot from distance. Miles over the bar, that one. Yeah, miles over the bar. But there you go. The clock is all synced up now. We are back to where we need to be. Pure Loyalist, sorry didn't wait long enough to hear you saying you'd be doing another vid. So just a quick like and a hello to you all in the chat. Catch up soon. Cheers, Pure Loyalist. Thank you very much for that, sir. We are now watching Molde against Viking in the Norwegian League. It wasn't a game that I was planning on doing. I've got to say, it wasn't a game I was planning on doing. It was a game that I have been coerced, I would say is maybe the word I would use. Coerced into doing it. Wow, already 1-0. Barry, would Viking do well in the Championship? I mean, Viking are top of the Norwegian League at the minute. Top of the league. I think they'd do all right. Yeah, I think they would do all right in the Championship. It's been a very fast start. A very, very fast start. How are we getting on in the Spanish Segunda Liga, by the way? I forgot to have a look at that one. Let's do the lineups for this first. Let's go through the lineups very quickly. In goal for Molde, it is Karlström, and it's at the back three of Amundsen, Lund, and Haugen. Stenevik and Kabini in the wing-back areas. Granas, Breivik, and Eriksson in midfield. And then it's Akrem, or Magnus Ekrem, who you might remember, ex-Man United. Magnus Wolf Ekrem, once of Manchester United. And Fredrik Gulbrandsen, once of New York Red Bulls. So that's the lineup for Viking. For Viking, it's Klaassen in goal, Vervatner, the goal scorer Falkner, Bertelsen and Hegheim at the back, Svensson, Bell and Hansen in midfield, and a front three of Trippic, Christiansen and Edvin Austbo. Edvin Austbo is one of the most prodigious young talents in the Norway Eliteserien. He has many, many goals and assists already since starting his career. I mean, he's on five goals and assists already in 11 appearances this season at just 19 years of age. So he is one to watch. Austbo on that left-hand side for Viking. He's going to be one of the stars of the Norway Eliteserien in years to come, I'm sure. Barry Ryan, what about Scottish Premiership? I think they do all right in the Scottish Prem, to be honest, yeah, as well. Barry Ryan, sub-stub, is going to unsubscribe. Allegedly so. Allegedly so. Pure loyalist. Once again, I know nothing of these teams. Lack of knowledge, although I've heard of them. Listen, believe me, there's nothing wrong when you say lack of knowledge on these teams. I know a little bit about the teams. I know nothing about the players. Apart from Austbo. There's only Austbo that I'd heard of. That's not strictly true. Magnus Wolf Ekrem and Gulbrandsen I'd heard of before as well. But there's the rest of them I know very, very little about. And I don't think there's an awful lot wrong with saying you don't know much about the Norwegian Eliteserien. It doesn't mean you're not an absolute football nut. Like I said, it's this one's definitely one for the hardcore football fans, this one. Molde 0, Viking 1, 9 minutes in. Litigation backed Molde at 4.9. Okay. And now you're saying you hope over 3.5. Barry Ryan, Magnus is a baller, former Cardiff. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see. Agent, football fanatic here. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, as I said, we've got... It's maybe going to be a little bit difficult on TikTok to watch because you don't have a scoreboard here. You don't have... on YouTube, we're live on YouTube now. We're live on Twitch, X, Instagram, Facebook. But on YouTube, if you go and search Premier League Dad, you'll see scoreboard, clock, goal animations. You'll know what we're up to in terms of Molde and Viking in the Norway Eliteserien. And that is what we're watching right now. I'm also going to be keeping tabs on the Spanish games in the Segunda Division. Feels like there's a lot riding on that today. And as it stands, it is La Coruña 0, Elche 3. Levante and Eibar is 0-0. Oviedo 2, Cadiz 1. We need Levante. We need Levante and we need Oviedo. Yeah, Oviedo to keep winning and we need a goal for Levante in that one. Substore, I've been here every day. Chimey, I only know Molde because of Haaland. Yeah, well, to be honest, Haaland, Solskjaer. There's been some very, very good players in Molde's history. I mean, even if let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of the great players of Molde's history. So, okay, yeah, there's not really an awful lot. There's not really an awful lot. The top scorers for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Mambiram Diouf. Do you remember Mambiram Diouf? He was Man United, wasn't he? Yeah, Mambiram Diouf. Got 24 goals in 144 games for Stoke. He's still playing him as well. 37, the ripe old age of 37. Mambiram Diouf. Where did Haaland get up to then? What did Haaland finish on? Erling Haaland only actually scored 14 goals for Molde. Yeah, he wasn't a great player for Molde particularly. He was just a very, very good young player. But he was moved on quite quickly. Blake, rate Chelsea out of 20. 14. Ball's passed all the way back there to the keeper. Have Viking won the league before? I'm sure they have. They have. They've certainly been in Europe before because I think they've played Liverpool in Europe. They last won the Norway Eliteserien in 1991. They finished third last year. So they have been coming back in recent years. But I'm almost certain they played Liverpool in Europe once. Did they play Liverpool? Did they play Liverpool? No, they played Chelsea. They played Chelsea in the 2002-03 UEFA Cup. And they beat them. They knocked them out. They beat them 5-4 on aggregate. I knew I remembered him from something. Will, yes mate, our flight back from Wroclaw is delayed by an hour. Nice. Here's Molde, they're in. Oh, it's gone behind for a corner. 14 minutes on the clock. Besiktas have scored a fourth against Bodrumspor. It's 4-0. Ole, 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 ole. Yeah, Brentford have got Kelleher. I'm really surprised. Really, really surprised by that. Really surprised. I thought it was very odd that Liverpool got such a low fee for Kelleher. Ball into the box and Molde just about get it away. Oh, it was Viking just about got it away, and Molde with the shot miles over the bar there. It was Svensson who was knocked to the ground for Viking. I think he should be alright, the number 7. No, he's pulled his hammy, he's saying, isn't he? He's saying he needs to come off. Viking need a change. Svensson, one of their best players as well. Viking having to take a player off here. It's going to be a change. Who's coming on? It's Kapis, I think. Kapis is coming on for Svensson. Barry, what would you have done if you didn't do this match? Probably would have gone home and spent some time with my little girl before bed. That would have been the plan. Instead, I've phoned the wife in the little brief break we had between Oldham and Southend going off and restarting Molde and Viking and making the thumbnail. I was on the phone to my missus saying, right, listen, we've had a pretty good live. We've had one of the best lives we've ever done. The channel is growing incredibly well. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to try and stick with it a little bit. And we're going to do Molde against Viking. Give me little girl a kiss for me. Put her to bed. I'll see you later on. That was the plan. So that's what we've done. So I've stuck with it, and I was going to go home and probably read her a bedtime story. That was the plan. On the road, up the in-laws, sneaked outside, have a listen. Will, surely he's got to be first choice for them. Yeah, no, he'll be first choice. He'll definitely be first choice. There's no doubt about that. But it's just a mad... I think the transfer fee is bizarre. I'm really, really surprised. Beat Boop, Viking fan here. Good to see. Yeah, good to see. Cheers to the Viking and Molde fans watching. Jack Spurs, 34 matches for this month, people. Well, only up to now, actually. There's more than that, actually. There's at least 36, because the Nations League has a third place playoff and a final, which I can't actually schedule because we don't know who's in them yet. But we're doing the two semi-finals. So we're going to be doing the semi-finals. Now there's another player down here for Molde. It's just players dropping all over the pitch. Is it a plastic pitch, this? It's AstroTurf, isn't it? At the Akker Stadion. It's a plastic pitch. Carcer's about to come on here for Molde, but it does feel like the players are getting injured. I don't know if this is new turf or what, but frustrating. Really frustrating for the players. Yeah, so we've got a minimum of 36 up to now, and that is excluding, I think on about the 25th of June, all the Club World Cup games. Not stop, but like that's the end of the round, and then it's the knockout games. So for the 26th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 30th, 30 days of September, April, June, I know about 30 days. So that, yeah, we've got another like 5 days of games, and we might get 2 games a day in that. So it might be... I think we could be talking 45, maybe even 50. So we'll see. 45 plus, I think, games this month. Jaden, what was the score last match? It was 3-2. It was Oldham 3, Southend 2 in the last couple of minutes of the game. It was unbelievable. It was a great game to watch. There you go. Number 4 for Molde is off. Jensen off. Carcer on. Couple of changes straight away, couple of injuries for both teams. Jensen going off and Svensson going off for Molde and Viking respectively in the opening 20 minutes. Long throw into the box from Viking. Flicked on and cleared away by Molde. Barry, see here the Viking fans. Substub is your most loyal follower. I wouldn't dispute that. I would not dispute that at all. I'm sure there would be some other people who would. I'll let them fight that out. Did you watch the Rosenborg game? No, mate. No Rosenborg game. We were doing the Oldham against Southend game. Jake, great commitment, mate. You're doing great. Can't think of any channels putting in the hours you do, but... Well, hey, like I said, mate, it might be the worst decision of my life. Maybe by Christmas. It'll all be a laugh anyway, if nothing else. It'll all be a laugh. And we'll be able to look back on it with a smile. That's how I'm seeing it. I'll go and get a job. We'll start again. But we'll see. But if it all pays off, then you were right there from the start. I won't forget you, I assure you. I'm a big, big believer in karma. Paying your dues. What's the expression? If you ride the elevator all the way to the top, it's your job to send it back down again. Saw that somewhere once. Barry Ryan, who would dispute? So there's quite a few. There's quite a few ardent fans. Yeah, there's quite a few. Ethan's in the chat quite a lot. Edward's in the chat quite a lot. Who else? Ethan, Edward. There's a lot. There's a lot of regulars we have. Jake on TikTok's an absolute legend. I'm not sure if he would fight you to say he's my number one fan, like, but he's an absolute legend. He's there for the lives day in, day out. Puts the same graft in I do. Philippines, all right, my friend, just seen that apparently Garnacho has made Chelsea his first priority next season. Wow, that's interesting. Do we think he actually goes there then? Do you think United actually sell him to Chelsea? Apparently, I am baffled. I am really, really baffled by the transfer fee for Kelleher, and it's making me question a bit of everything this window. Like, if Kelleher goes for 12.5 million quid, which is astounding to me, and Garnacho goes to Chelsea for like 40 million, do we maybe think that transfer fees are actually starting to level out a bit again? We might actually start to see some normality in the transfer window. Ollie, how's it going? Good to see you, Ollie. Nice to see you again, mate. Viking with a chance here. It's cleared away by Molde. Not fully, to be honest. They haven't quite got it away. And they have finally. Alex Macklin, any news on Kerkez and Wirtz? Wirtz is being announced tomorrow. Oh, sorry. An update on Wirtz is being announced tomorrow. That is where I'm informed or have been led to believe. I don't have any in-the-know sources or anything. My information up to this point is that tomorrow you will hear more on Florian Wirtz. That's the only thing I can say on Florian Wirtz. There's not really anything more to say. Liverpool are discussing the terms with Bayer Leverkusen on how things are going to be paid. Is it going to be paid over 5 years? Is it going to be paid in 2 big payments? All these things matter to football clubs. It's not just about agreeing a fee. It's then how is the fee paid. It's then how a bonus is paid. It's then when a bonus is paid. Are they paid at the end of the contract? Are they paid during the contract? Are they paid at the end of each year? All these different things have to be agreed and finalised. And I think we're at the end point of that. Florian Wirtz wanted the deal to be done before he joined up with the German national team on the 3rd of June. The 3rd of June is not his deadline, but like he's really pushing to get it done by then. So I think tomorrow, the 2nd of June, I think we hear something. I think we hear that there's been a breakthrough and that tomorrow Florian Wirtz is going to fly to Anfield, fly to Melwood, Kirby, get the deal done and then fly straight to Germany to meet up with the German squad as a Liverpool player. That is what I think will happen. Kerkez is pretty much done. Fabrizio Romano's already announced that. There's not much left really to do with Kerkez. I think Liverpool and Bournemouth again are just doing the same things as Liverpool and Leverkusen, just trying to wrap the deal up. So I guess we'll see what happens with them. Ollie, your live's a classmate. Cheers, Ollie. Alex Macklin, how are things? Yeah, very good. Very good. Very exciting. We just had a live in the last game, Oldham against Southend, which finished 3-2. It was one of the great games of the season. Fabulous game. And it's probably 4 times as big. Our record live in terms of number of people, watch hours, all that sort of thing. Our record live was like, I don't know, maybe 100 hours, 100 watch hours, something like that. And I think this one's going to get clear, maybe 400 watch hours. So it's probably 4 times as big. There was absolutely thousands of people watching that Oldham and Southend game with us. And that was just on YouTube and just on TikTok. So, yeah, really, really good, really exciting day. Really positive day. And, good for the channel. So, thank you to everyone. You've helped in many, many ways. Oh, big chance there for Viking. Think he was offside. There. Unlucky. Philippines, do you think that Wirtz will be one of the best signings Liverpool has ever made? Oh, I hope so. He reminds me a lot of Coutinho. That's the thing. And Coutinho, I will argue with anyone. It's one of them that I know when I meet a Liverpool fan and we have a discussion. Who would you be your all-time Liverpool 11? And I always try and sneak Coutinho in there because he made me so happy to watch. I loved Coutinho. It's like when you watched Ronaldinho as a kid. Coutinho made football fun. I hated when he left. And Florian Wirtz is he's the one that gives me that spark again. So I'm hoping so, yeah. I'd love it if he did. Hotspur Army 1882, what's the score? It's 1-0 to Viking. Molde 0, Viking 1. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Bakes. Thank you for the follow. Philippines, nobody deserves it more than you. Cheers, man. Thank you. From the heart. Appreciate that. I really do. Barry Ryan, it'll pay off. Pure loyalist, not me. I've only been here the last 8 days or so. Rubes, yeah. I mean, to be honest, Rubes comes in every single live and just calls me blind, just calls me rotten. Just calls me absolutely rotten. Substub, I've been here every day for about 4 months, I think. There you go. Nice. Like it. Ethan, hot take, our youth academy is better than your youth academy. I wouldn't disagree with that. Southampton have got a very good youth academy. Yeah. Barry Ryan, how is the game going? It's been a bit flat. It has been a little bit flat. Since that Viking goal off the corner after about 3 minutes, it felt like it was going to go all Vikings' way. I mean, I think Viking have had the best of the game. But then there was 2 big injuries as well. Svensson went off and... I forget the Molde defender went off. A couple of players went off with injuries, and they seemed to be quite bad injuries. You know, maybe knee injuries or something, but they were down for a while, and that's kind of disrupted the game. And it feels like when that happens, when you get a player go down, it does just feel like it takes all the sting out of the game. And we're now in that point where both teams are just trying to get their edge back and get a little bit of energy back into the game. There's a lot of just passing around, pass. Then they'll as soon as it gets into the final third, they just lose it. SNP3, how many matches do you watch a month? I watch 50, no 60. I watched 60 in May. I've got 50 something scheduled for this month. And I guess we'll wait and see on July. Probably 40 plus in July because obviously it's off season, so I would imagine a little bit less. But August could be as many as 60, 70. I don't know. But yeah, at least 60 a month when the season's on. Malik, D'Angelo, watch Chelsea win the Club World Cup. Well, we'll be doing that. Yeah, we've got loads of Chelsea games on. We're doing a lot of the Chelsea games, actually. If you go to YouTube, you'll see all of the games we've got. We've got all the Club World Cup games. We've got a load of FIFA Club World Cup. Viking are in here. This could be 2. Viking are in. Can he get it right? Oh, poor ball at the end. Unlucky. Straight through to the keeper. It was Trippic at the end there. But yeah, it was... we've got all the Club World Cup games. We've got the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, the UEFA Nations League. We're also doing the UEFA Euro Under-21 Championships as well. Quite a few games in that. Are you watching the match from TV2 Play? No, I'm watching it on One Football. You can watch it on One Football. Sibilunga, what are you watching? We are watching Molde against Viking FK in the Norwegian League. Viking are top of the Norwegian League. They haven't won the league in 34 years, and they are top. They've battered Bodo Glimt. They're on a massive winning run, and they're 1-0 up at Molde. You know, one of the most successful sides in Norway, 1-0 up at Molde. It's a great run from Viking, and they might have a really good chance of winning the league this season. MC Shinks, has Ange been sacked? Has Ange been sacked? No, he hasn't been sacked formally, officially, but yes, he has been sacked in every way that matters. I think he's been told that the club are looking for a new manager, and now there's just an agreement in terms of how that relationship ends. So yes, he has been sacked. He will be sacked. He will leave the club in a matter of days, I'm sure. Foul. Viking get the free kick. It was a ball in, and the keeper got fouled there. Very clear foul. One second. Ange hasn't been sacked yet. Mate, I've told you he's gone. He has absolutely gone. I'm telling you. Ethan, did you see Matt Letizia play live? Of course, yeah, loved Matt Letizia. He was a great player for Southampton. Barry could want to get in the Viking side. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe if he played the way he did today. Rafi, who's on your Atleti kit? I haven't got anyone on the Atleti kit. No, I've got Ronaldinho on the PSG kit, but I've got nobody on the Atleti kit. Malik, does Delat play in the Club World Cup or the Under-21 Euros? He might play in the Under-21s, actually. Yeah, that's probably not a bad shout. He might play in the Under-21s. Yeah, there's a chance he does play in the Under-21s, I think. On the road FC, what's the score? It's 1-0 to Viking, mate. Molde 0, Viking 1. SMP3, are you going to stay up for the Club World Cup? No. No. And that's not a dedication thing. Believe me, I probably would. But, yeah, I've got epilepsy, so there's no way I can stay up for the Club World Cup. I can't stay past 11 p.m., 2 a.m. games. No chance. So the latest I can do is I'm going to do the 5 o'clock and the 8 o'clock games, and then after that I'm done. Thankfully, the 11 p.m. and the 2 a.m. games aren't actually very, very good, I would say. They're not prominent. There's not many big games on at 2 a.m. They've scheduled them quite nicely. But all of the main games are 5 and 8. So from the 15th of June right up to about the 25th, 26th, we've got pretty much 2 games a day solid. 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So we're going to be doing that regular as clockwork on this channel. Emiliano, Paris will absolutely kill Tottenham in the Super Cup. But we'll stay up. We'll certainly be on for that one. Jake, Newcastle sent scouts to Madrid. Who knows who can figure out if they're going to Real or Atleti? Light Skin Lieutenant, how can you watch the Club World Cup? It's on loads of channels, to be honest, the Club World Cup. Yeah, you can watch it. I think it'll be on BBC or ITV or... it'll be on mainstream telly, I'm pretty confident of that. Or at least a lot of the games will. SMP3, we are lucky that the PSG versus Atletico game is 8 p.m. Well, if I have a look, let me tell you very, very quickly, these are the games that I've got in the Club World Cup. We've got Bayern against Auckland City, 5 p.m. kickoff. PSG against Atletico, 8 p.m. Chelsea v Club Leon, that's a 7 p.m. kickoff, bizarrely. Fluminense v Borussia Dortmund, 5. River Plate versus Urawa Red Diamonds, 8. Man City v Wydad Casablanca, 5. Real Madrid versus Al Hilal, 8. Palmeiras versus Al Ahly, 5. Inter Miami versus Porto, 8. Benfica versus Auckland, 5. Flamengo versus Chelsea, 7. Mamelodi Sundowns versus Dortmund, 5. Inter Milan versus Urawa Reds, 8. And then we've got Juventus v Wydad Casablanca, Madrid Pachuca, Seattle Sounders PSG, Benfica v Bayern, Dortmund v Ulsan Hyundai, and then finally Juventus v Man City, and that ends the group stage games. From then, the group stage games are pretty much done, and it's then on to the knockout rounds. So we'll be doing the knockout rounds as well, of course, but we'll have to maybe pick and choose those ones. JC, have you got the best team shirt? I haven't got a Spurs shirt, mate. I haven't got a Spurs shirt, mate. No, I haven't. I used to have one. The old Hewlett-Packard across the front. I did used to have one, but I haven't got it anymore. Which team got kicked out and who is replacing that team? Kicked out of what? The final qualifying game was Los Angeles FC. They got into the Club World Cup. That's who the teams are who in it now. Yeah. Leon. No, Leon are playing... Chelsea are playing Leon, aren't they? You think it was Leon? Club World Cup because they had the same owner. From Mexico, really? Come on, Sunderland. Interesting. No, don't say that. Club Leon. World Cup. Who will replace Club Leon in the upcoming FIFA World Cup? Oh my god. I'm going to have to change my thumbnail. I've got Chelsea against Club Leon. Who is it? Who's actually replacing him then? Is it... I think it's Los Angeles then, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. It was LAFC in America set for a playoff. Oh, well, there you go. LAFC. So it's now Chelsea against LAFC. Right, that makes sense. Okay, well, I need to change my thumbnail then. I need to change the thumbnail on YouTube. I'm glad you told me that, because I would have left that. I'd have rocked up to Chelsea against Club Leon. On the 15th or 16th, whenever it is. Right, Molde just knocking the ball around here at the back. It's been a pretty poor first half. As I said, I'm not commentating on the game. There really hasn't been an awful lot to commentate on since both of those injuries. This is much better from Molde down the left-hand side, cleared away by the Viking centre-back there, number 5. Very, very good defending. But a nice little turn of pace from the winger to get away. But yeah, we're approaching half-time now, and it does feel like those 2 injuries just took the sting out of the game. The goal from Viking set the wheels in motion. It felt like it was Viking's game, and then those 2 injuries have just taken it. Oh, the keeper very nearly spilled that over his own line there. Magnus Wolf Ekrem was running in, very nearly got a tap in, and Klaassen, the goalkeeper for Viking, we had to have good hands there, bounced right in front of him, right on the goal line, and a good claim from him. Could have been 1-1 that. Oh, now we've got another injury, another player down. I'm telling you, this is that plastic pitch. It's all muscle injuries. As soon as players play on these plastic pitches, AstroTurfs, they get muscle injuries like hell. Loads of muscle injuries. SMP3, are you streaming on YouTube? What is the channel name on here? It's All Premier League Dad, mate. Yeah, All Premier League Dad. The Real Donuts, when are you going to start monetizing vids? I can only do it, mate. I can only do it from once the channel has 4,000 watch hours. That's the criteria. That's why if you watch on TikTok and you wanna help in any way, it actually makes it makes it much better for me if you watch on YouTube. There's no pressure. Would never ever tell you not to. But if you do watch on YouTube, it makes it a lot easier for me because it gets those watch hours up. And once I get those watch hours up, that means that the channel gets closer to being able to actually doing monetization and things like that. So it does make it a little bit better for me. And that's why days like today were really good, because we had Oldham and Southend. And from that one game, we got a lot of watch hours. We got a lot of watch hours. So that was good. Really, really good today. Better. There's some games where, you've had to really, like you say, I've sat here for 3.5 hours watching a 0-0. And then you look at the watch hours and it's been a poor day. So this is better. My name is Dawn Whitaker on YouTube, my mum's account. Nice. No worries, man. No worries. Good to have you. Please join Prem Dad's team. Oh, cheers, man. Is the Club World Cup going to use the American football pitches? No, it's in Tokyo, isn't it? Isn't it in Tokyo? Club World Cup. Where's it being played? I thought it was in Japan for some reason. Oh, no, it's not. It's obviously in the United States. What do I know? Stadiums. What stadiums are doing it? Right, so the Rose Bowl, the MetLife Stadium, the Bank of America Stadium, Lincoln, Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, no, it's all of the. I think it's pretty much all of the football stadiums. I don't think there's any that are NFL stadiums, not that I can see anyway. The Rose Bowl is a baseball pitch, though, isn't it? Yeah, the Rose Bowl is. They host a lot of things. But I don't think there are any American football pitches. No, not as far as I'm aware, mate. Masimonski, I met goal. Please score Molde. Barry, do you think Cristiano will sign for a Club World Cup team? Yes, I think he will. I think he's going to sign for. Oh, what's going on here? I think he's going to sign for Al Hilal with Bruno Fernandes. That seems to be the rumour doing the rounds. How true that is, I guess we'll find out. But it does seem like he's going to be signing for a Club World Cup team, isn't he? Pure loyalist, Tottenham hold new Thomas Frank talks as Ange prepares to leave. That'd be mad. Yeah, that'd be mad. If I can't see Thomas Frank going. Substub, do you have a Coventry shirt? I don't. No, but I'm game for getting one. I am game to get one. Ethan, apparently Spurs are getting the worst manager ever, Ivan Juric. Pure loyalist, this is a channel very easy to become addicted to. Personal opinion. Thanks, man. Barry Ryan, what constitutes a poor day in terms of watch hours? Well, I mean, if I'm honest, mate, it changes from day to day. It really does change. What I used to think was a good day is now a bad day because the channel is improving. It's doing really well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what a bad day looks like in another few months' time. So I guess we'll see. Hey, Dawn Whittaker. Cheers, Donuts. Good to see you, mate. I really hope that they don't do a halftime show for the World Cup, the Club World Cup. They'll do halftime shows, pre-game shows, end of game shows. They'll do all that. They love all that. Barry Ryan, he would be seen as a Judas by Nasser if he joined Hilal. I don't think that matters to him, does it really? I'm sure he'll go there. Jack Spurs, I love Frank. Is CR7 going to sign permanent or only for the Club World Cup? I think he's on a free. Yeah, I think he's on a free transfer. So it would make sense for him to join permanently. Unless he's planning to retire anytime soon, but I don't really see it. It's going to be 5 minutes of added on time here at the end of the first half. JEFC 1878 Everton, best stadium. It's a little bit. Do you not think it's a little bit generic? I think there's a part of Evertonians that will prefer Goodison in years to come. I will, even as a Liverpool fan, I'll miss Goodison a little bit. I'll miss Goodison. Timmy, Oldham are better than any of the other playoffs. Oldham's better than any of the other playoffs. Yes, it was, wasn't it? It was a good game. I thought the Sunderland versus Sheffield United game was a very good end, but I thought the Oldham Southend game was just really entertaining from start to finish. Some are saying that it's plastic pitches. Plastic pitches, there's a lot of players don't like playing on plastic pitches. They do get injured. There's a lot more injuries picked up on them. Yeah. I think there was a clause written, again, I could be wrong on this, but I'm sure there was a clause built into Lionel Messi's contract at Inter Miami that he doesn't play on plastic pitches in America. And that's why you'll sometimes see Inter Miami, like the odds on Inter Miami to win will be like crazy good. And then just before kickoff, you'll see that they drop massively and you're like, whoa, why? It's because Messi isn't playing. And you're like, what has gone on there? Why is that happening? It's because it's a plastic pitch. Lincoln Financial Field is NFL. Right, okay. Dawn Whittaker, best stadium you've done? I always say the Sanchez Pizjuan. Yeah, the Roman Sanchez Pizjuan in Sevilla. Brilliant place. Really liked it. Sub 30 people, not bad. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good going. It's good going. If this is the rolling average, we can live with this. We can deal with this. Big Red 23. I'm glad Liverpool don't have to go to Goodison Park anymore. Most intimidating ground in the Prem. Yeah, and look, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say the most intimidating, but it was always a good game, wasn't it, at Goodison Park? We always had a good rivalry with them. I'm sure it will be at Bramley Moor or the Hill Dickinson Arena or whatever, you know. I'm sure it'll be just as good there as well. Ethan Key, have a look at what I said about NFL there, some of the Club World Cup stadiums. Yeah, Lincoln Financial Field, I saw you say it, yeah. Substop, like and so. Oh, cheers, man. Dawn, best English stadium you've done? Best English stadium? Well, it's not an English stadium, but I always really liked going to the Millennium Stadium at Cardiff. Millennium Stadium at Cardiff was great. English stadium? I don't know. Can't really say. I obviously prefer Anfield. I've never seen an atmosphere anywhere like Anfield. Ever. But if you're talking about it like pure architecture, then I don't know, maybe. Actually, I like the quaint old grounds. I'm not a fan of these soulless bowls like Everton's new stadium. It's a little bit boxy, isn't it? It's a little bit like the stadiums you get on FIFA, the generic ones you get on FIFA. London Stadium. Yeah, I mean, London, again, I don't like anything with a running track around it. I hated the Olimpico, the Stadio Olimpico in Rome. I absolutely hated it. It's one of the most overrated stadiums in world football, that. And one of the most overrated cities. Rome and the Stadio Olimpico. Would not recommend. Would not recommend. Absolutely would not recommend. Dawn, if there ever was a time to do Cardiff away for a small team like Wimbledon, it's this season. Huddersfield Town is the best. John Smith's was a good stadium, yeah. It was cold as anything, and I couldn't really enjoy it, but it was a good stadium, yeah. Jake, well, St James's Park gets voted best atmosphere every year. Ellen Road is hostile too. Ellen Road, I've heard good things, but I've never actually been. I've been in it. Well, sorry, I've been past it. I've never actually been to it in a game. St James's Park, yeah. But it's just so high. The away end is just so high. It's half time here. It's been a crap first half. After that goal, it's been awful. There's not really been any chances. So I know I've not commented on it much. If I'm dead honest, there's not been anything happening. Nothing happened in that first half other than the goal from Viking. We've had 2-3 injuries, players going down for quite a long time, and that's really took the sting out of the game. But so far, it's looking like a massive win for Viking, and they'll stay top of the Eliteserien in the Norwegian League. A big win for them after going on that winning run where they've beat Bodo Glimt, they've beaten, looks like they're going to beat Molde today. Trying to see what else we've got going on. Have we had a goal in any of the others yet? No, still nothing going on in La Coruña, Levante or Oviedo. Yeah, Viking are on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This will be the 15th game that Viking have played in a row without losing. and they've actually only drawn 2 of them. So they've got 13 wins in the last 15 games. Some go in that. 13 wins in the last 15 games. They are currently going 6 points clear of Brann. 7 points clear of Rosenborg at the top. They'll be 13 points clear of Bodo Glimt and 18 points clear of Molde. It's a bad day at the office for a lot of these Norwegian teams. Zlatko Tripic is the top scorer in Norway at the moment. 32 years of age. He's playing really well for Viking this season. Evzino, Liverpool treble. What do you think? We've got every chance, haven't we? We've got every chance. Yeah, we've got a good chance. I mean, the way that we've played all season, we've been really unlucky to go out to PSG on penalties. If we didn't go out to PSG on penalties, you'd have to say there'd be a fair chance that we would have maybe not. Maybe we wouldn't have won it. Maybe we wouldn't have won it. But we'd have given it a bloody good go, wouldn't we? We'd have given it a really, really good go. So I would have fancied Liverpool against any of the teams that PSG played. I think we'd have beat Villa. I think we'd have beat Arsenal over 2 legs. And I think we'd have beaten Inter. No problem. And the fact that PSG... We were the only team to take PSG as far as we did. We took them to penalties. We beat them in Paris. No small task. So, yeah, I think it's going to be... I think this is going to be a big season for Liverpool, but even more importantly, a big summer. We'll have to see what happens with Wirtz, with Kerkez, with Frimpong. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I think we've got a good chance. SMP3 this summer is kind of dry compared to last summer, because there's no Euros and no Olympics. Well, there's still the Euro Under-21 Championships, which I know you might not place much stock in, but that's going to be that's going to be worth a watch. The UEFA Nations League, the FIFA Club World Cup, still loads of footy going on. There is still a lot of footy going on. It might not necessarily be the sort of footy we all enjoy, but there will be some footy on. That guy MP, Zlatko Tripic, was nominated the best Eliteserien player of 2024. Was he really? Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. That's good knowledge. 32 years of age. He had a great season last year. I could see that. I think he got 25 goals and assists in about 30 odd games, 33 games. So that's pretty good going. Barry, Inter would do a job on LFC. Don't want to go women's Euros, women's. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what times the women's Euros are on. Yeah. If it's July time, is it July? Again, we'll just have to wait and see with that. I want to do them justice. If we're going to do them, let's do them justice. Tell me a little better than Manchester United. Which ones, that Liverpool or Manchester United? I don't know. Jeremy Duke, what was the Oldham score in the end? It was 3-2. 3-2. Sonny Marco 09, do you have all stats of players behind the camera? No, I was looking at Zlatko Tripic on my phone about 30 seconds, maybe a couple of minutes ago, and then someone in the chat mentioned that he'd been nominated for Eliteserien Player of the Year. And it was just that. That was it. That was the conversation. So I wasn't pretending like I knew, but I saw that had happened. Yeah. Thoughts on Canate? I think he'll go. I hope he doesn't, but I think he'll go. I think it's the same with Diaz. I'd like Diaz to stay, but I think he'll go. That guy, I'm a huge Viking fan, so if you have any questions of the players or the team, I can try to answer the best I can. Wow, right, okay, well, that's what we wanted. We need a Viking fan. Let's ask some questions about Viking. Do you remember, because you're a huge Viking fan, do you remember when you played Chelsea in the UEFA Cup? Are you old enough to remember that? And if so, what do you remember of that game? Who's your favourite ever Viking player as well? I'd love to hear that. Who's your favourite ever Viking player? What else would I ask you? Are there any members of the current Viking team, apart from, I'm guessing, Austbo? Austbo would be... Am I pronouncing that correctly as well? Austbo. Is it Austbo? And if it is Austbo, would you say he is the player most likely to maybe leave Viking and go on and become a top player elsewhere in Europe? Not old enough, but you've seen highlights of the game. That's good. I wasn't holding that against you. I was just asking the question if you remembered it, because I would say, would that be fair to say that's one of Vikings, big results in their history, to have beaten Chelsea in the UEFA Cup, and I think it was Celta Vigo. I think you ended up getting knocked out by in the end, but it was a good run in Europe. Viking haven't had too many of them over the years. And it was a Chelsea side that won the league a couple of years after that, by the way. Your favourite Viking player is Trippic or Christensen? Right, okay. Sonny Marco, fair enough, but would be a good idea with the stats behind the camera. It would, but then I'd be dishonest, wouldn't I? I'd be making it look like I know far more than I actually do. Like, if I know it, I'll tell you I know it. If I don't know it, I don't know it. But I do a little bit of research on the players and the teams, but literally like back of a fag packet sort of thing, 5-10 minutes before we come on live. And I'll do a little bit of research sometimes to have a see, like, who are the main players, who do I need to brush up on knowledge-wise, what's the main questions we might have. But I didn't do it in that case, I promise you. It was just pure luck. Who would you sign if you were Slot? I would love us to go and sign Jared Branthwaite from Everton. If nothing else, just for the bants. Yeah, if nothing else, just for the bants. RG777, do you think Chelsea will win the Champions League? Nope, absolutely not. No, I don't think they're anywhere close to winning the Champions League. Shano, do you have Kukurea? I don't know what that means. G. Lawrence, Chelsea and Spurs had a better season than Inter Milan, going by everyone's way of thinking. They did. Of course they did. If you win something, you've by definition had a better season than someone who hasn't. You've won something, they haven't. Chelsea and Spurs have won something, Inter Milan didn't. That's the thing you've got to remember. And they're not saying that Spurs are better than Inter, just that they've had a better season. Inter Milan have blown everything in the last few weeks of the season. They've blew it. They could have won the Coppa Italia. They got battered against AC Milan. They got beaten by Roma and Bologna and various others in the final few weeks of the season to fall away in the Scudetto. Really, really poor game from them. And then they throw it away in the Champions League final. Chelsea aren't going to win the Champions League. Who should Chelsea sign as a keeper and a striker? Probably, I would have said Kelleher, if I'm dead honest. That guy, I think Alspo, if he continues playing the way he is, he can be a player that leaves the team and becomes a great player. It helps also a lot that many scouts was probably watching Viking versus Bodo. Yes, I would agree with that. I have a shirt from when we played a team from Romania in the UEFA Cup. Who was it? Was it Astra Gugu? Pele ratings, thoughts on Joe Bell in this game, pal? He's not really been able to do very much, I would say. He's not really been able to get on the ball. I don't think anyone's really been able to get on the ball for Molde or for Viking. Since the injuries, it's kind of hurt both teams. So it's slowed the game down, it's took the sting out of it, and midfielders have probably felt it more than anyone else. So yeah, we've not really seen an awful lot of Bell. Papakil Primero Tempo. I don't know what that means, mate. I don't know hablo español. I assume it's Spanish. Michael, Kieran, congratulations on losing 4 stone. Very inspiring, but how have you done it? Have you cut off from crisp cakes, biscuits, meat? Have you joined a gym, or do you have a personal trainer? Neither. No. I have, of course, limited all of that stuff. I don't eat. Like I said, well, not I don't eat. That's ridiculous. I've got to be cautious of what I say because we're on TikTok and we're not allowed to promote certain things, of which I do. But there is something that many people now, supplements, let's call them, that many people take perfectly nothing, all legal, absolutely all legal. They're very popular on TikTok, but I think if I say it now, it will hurt the channel, so I'm not going to say it. But it begins with M, it ends in O, and it's got a J in the middle, and it's something that people take to help them lose weight. I have taken it, and it's helped me. Some people don't do it, some people don't, and they don't need to, and that's great. But for me, it really helped me. So I did that, and honestly, my appetite dropped massively. And yeah, I'm sat here right now. I haven't eaten anything today, and I brought these up with me to do the live, and I haven't touched them. I haven't even opened them. Which I know isn't particularly healthy, to be honest, but I'm not hungry. So, and I'm sure I will. I'll have something after the game or whatever. I'll eat, but it's just been that. It's been eating less, moving more, drinking more water, and that's really all it is. That is really all it is. And I could say, couldn't I? I could lie to you and say, yeah, I've done, I've been eating and I've been in the gym and I've been working out and all that, but that would be a lie, and I don't tell lies. So I have had help. Not like surgery or anything like that. But I have had help to suppress appetite, and that has helped me. Robert Anthony, who should West Ham sign? I would have thought you'd have gone for Delap. You need a striker, mate. You desperately need a striker. Desperately need a striker. Baba, can Viking score another goal? I think they can. Yeah, I think they can. I think they can score another goal. I think they're more likely to than Molde, to be honest. Why don't you work out? Long story. The main reason being work, and I just don't have a lot of time. I know that's an excuse that a lot of people use, but I don't have a lot of time. I could probably make time, but I have right now a disabled dog that is very much on his last legs, that I'm concerned we might not even make it to the next month as it stands. So we've got a disabled dog, I've got a little girl, and I've got a YouTube channel that I'm trying to build. Plus I'm trying to lose weight. So I honestly don't have an awful lot of spare time to be saying, or a lot of spare cash, in all honesty, to be saying, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend a couple of hours and go to the gym and all that sort of thing. So I just tend to take the dogs for a walk, or I'll go and do a walk, or I'll go and build in a bit of exercise here, there, and everywhere where I can. But yeah, could I do better? Absolutely, we can all do better. But yeah, I'm 4 stone down in a few months. I'm pretty happy with how it's going. Could get better. Hopefully it gets better. Not Leon, who do you think Chelsea should sign in the left wing position? You don't need to sign anyone. Chelsea don't need to sign any more wingers. You need to move players on. It's absolutely mad that you keep signing wingers. Mateg 2, what's your reaction to the Champions League final? It was an unbelievable game, wasn't it? PSG were fantastic. I thought they fully deserved it, and good luck to them. Yep, great team. And I think next season, obviously they'll be the team to beat. But I'm not concerned. I think Liverpool took them to the wire, and I think Liverpool can beat them. Yeah, I think Liverpool can beat them. We're back underway here, by the way. That guy, MP, it's weird seeing Molde having such a poor season so far. They're usually one of the best teams in Norway. Baba, do you think Arda or Rodrigo will start in the first 11 at Real Madrid in the new season? I think Rodrigo will, yes, I think he will. I would be very surprised if he didn't. But yeah, I do think he will. The Romanian team was Steaua Bucharest. Oh, okay, nice. Chelsea said Stein and Die. No, and Dye's not a very good player, mate. Iliman and Dye's not a very good player. He doesn't score anywhere near enough. He doesn't create anywhere near enough. I think he's incredibly overrated. Again, he's probably Everton's best player, but that doesn't say an awful lot for him. Brendan, what's the worst team to ever win the Prem, like the team with the worst players to win? Probably Leicester. Yeah, Leicester. Sam X69, so Mbappe was the problem. No, I don't think he was the problem. I think they've spent a lot of money, mate. You've got to remember, they've spent big money on pretty much every position to get to the position that they're in. So, yeah, they've got the biggest wages in Europe. They've spent probably the most in Europe, or one of the most in Europe, to get where they are. It's not some rags to riches story. I mean, it's nice that they sold Mbappe and Neymar and Messi and it actually made them a better team. That's nice. And it's nice that, Seni Mayulu and, some of the younger players from Paris have come in and done well, and it means a lot to them, the French players. But let's remember that they've also still they've had a bit of cash, haven't they? They've done all right, PSG. It's not like they're skint. They've spent a fortune. They've spent more than the vast majority of Europe to get into the position that they're in. From a manager's point of view, it couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke than Luis Enrique. I think after what happened with his little girl, it was heartwarming last night. That really touched me. I was really moved by that. It nearly brought me to tears seeing the tifo. And he seems a very, not only a very good manager, a very excellent manager, to be honest, but a lovely guy as well, who's had to deal with the worst thing that could possibly happen. But yeah, other than that, I think PSG are a really good side, and I think next season there'll be plenty who are looking to beat them. No doubt Liverpool one of those. Baba, give me luck if Viking scores one more goal, $6,000. Nice, like it. Barry, I have to disagree. Have you not seen how he glides past players? I like his play style. I just don't think he does enough with it, Barry. He doesn't do enough. You can say you like his play style, that's fine. Everyone, I have no problem with that. But he creates and scores about as much as Adama Traore from Fulham. And I think that's the thing to remember here. Adama Traore at Fulham is no elite player. He's not a player that Chelsea would be looking to sign. So Iliman and I don't think would be falling into that bracket either. He's a likeable player, I'll give you that. Iliman and I is a likeable player, and he's very good for Everton, but I think that is his level. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I know it might sound it. I don't mean it disrespectfully. I mean that I just don't think he's a very effective player in the final third, and too often he's anonymous and he's walking, and he doesn't contribute enough. And for that reason, I just don't think that top teams would look at him. But he's very good for maybe the mid to lower table Premier League teams. He's not like an Mbermo, for example. That guy, MP, I really hate seeing these people that bet on the Eliteserien. They don't know anything about the league and players, and they leave so many bad comments saying UEFA Mafia and it's rigged. I don't think that's the case here. I do think that the Eliteserien is a very, very entertaining league, I would say. I think the quality is questionable at times, but I don't think it's anything to do with... I mean, there was nearly a calamity there just a few moments ago. Molde heading it onto their own crossbar. But there's not really been an awful lot of quality on show in this game so far. Dembele equals Ballon d'Or, Doué Golden Boy, Mbappe Golden Boot, Yamal Golden... Dembele isn't winning the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, Dembele isn't winning the Ballon d'Or. There's no way Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or. You can't win the Ballon d'Or and you've only scored and assisted 1 goal more than Mason Greenwood. I'm sorry, that is a ridiculous assertion. Daz Reynolds, is Robbo going? No, I don't think Robbo's going, not at all. Pure Loyalist, Frank Silva and Iraola, 3 names mentioned for management at Spurs. Apparently Marco Silva's being touted for the Juve job, isn't he? That would be interesting. Robert Anthony, thoughts on Bowen not getting called up? I think he is so clear of no... Oh, he's better than Noni Madueke. Yeah, he's better than Noni Madueke. I don't think there's any dispute about that. Is Jared Bowen one of the 4 best wingers in the country? I don't know. I don't know if he is. He's a very, very good player, Jared Bowen. I really, really like Jared Bowen. But I don't know. I'm not sure that I would have had him in the England squad. I think I would have had him in... Noni Madueke, I don't rate anywhere near Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen 100% gets in over him. But do I think there's 4 better wingers than him? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do think there's 4 better wingers than Jared Bowen. For the England squad, anyway. I think a few years ago, if Jared Bowen had left West Ham, if he'd taken that step after winning the Conference League, I think he might have actually gone on and maybe cemented a place in the England squad, but it is held against him a little bit, the fact that he plays for West Ham, and he plays for the team that, I mean, I'm no disrespect to West Ham, I really like West Ham, but he does play for the team that doesn't play in Europe, and, you know, has been down there at the foot of the table for a long part of it. He's not had a better season than Eze. I know you're going to say that Eze is not as good, but Eze's better. Eze's better than Bowen, and even if you disagree, right now, form-wise, after the season he's had, Eze's always going to get picked over Bowen. He's always going to get picked over Bowen. There's a reason that Eze is being targeted by, you know, your Bayern Munichs and all that sort of thing. Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, the clock stopped. Right, 1 sec, let's catch up. Levante, Eze's had a bad season apart from the Cup. Ask any Palace fan. I disagree with that. I would disagree with that. I think he's had a very, very good season. He's above Gordon and Eze for me. He has to be brought on for me. I think Gordon has had a better season than him this season. Gordon's certainly been better than him for most of the time he's been at Newcastle. I don't know if he's been totally better this season. For a lot of it, he's been a little bit up and down. But Levante win. Yeah, I think Gordon, Eze, Saka for sure I would have in, and then Bowen, it's probably flip of a coin. Bowen, And you've probably got to find a way to squeeze Foden in there as well. I know Foden doesn't always play from the right, but he kind of does. Cole Palmer I would have as well. Cole Palmer's over him. I would go Saka, Palmer, Eze. Those three are for sure. And then it's, Gordon, Foden. I just don't think you've got room in the... It's not even necessarily that Bowen plays on that right-hand side. It's more that you've got three positions behind Harry Kane, and those three positions, they kind of all end up all over the place. So you need Bellingham, you need Saka, you need Foden, you need Palmer, you need Eze, and then it's one more across the front three. I mean, and Maddison's had a good season. Bowen's a very good player. I really like him. Gordon's had a very good season. It's difficult, innit? It's really difficult. Again, we've had another injury. It feels like this game has literally been non-stop injury. We've had 4 injuries up to this point. So we've had an injury pretty much roughly every 12 minutes in this game. Every 12 minutes. Jake Curtin, if you want to play this season, Jacob Murphy should be in over Bowen. Yeah, well, that's it. I don't think it's... The thing with Bowen as well, you've got to remember is Bowen takes all the penalties at West Ham, and he's been playing at centre-forward for most of the season, hasn't he, since Antonio got injured. Since Antonio got knocked out in the car crash or whatever... It's basically been Bowen and Kudus up front, or Kudus up front, but Bowen up front, Kudus on the wing. So yeah, Bowen's been playing at centre forward quite a bit, and like I said, I'm not sitting here saying it's a ridiculous decision. I'm not saying it's absolutely outrageous. I think you could probably make a case for Bowen to be in the England squad, but I think there's also a strong case to say he shouldn't be. So I honestly don't feel massively strongly about it. If Tuchel thinks that Bowen doesn't quite make it, then that's kind of the luck of the draw, sadly. It's kind of the luck of the draw. He's a good player. You clearly never watch West Ham, that's fair, but you're baffed. What do you mean you clearly never watch West Ham? Bowen hasn't played centre-forward for West Ham. Bowen hasn't played centre-forward for West Ham since Antonio got binned off. Well, crashed. Barry, Adama and Adai are likeable players for me. They get fans off their seats. Has Ekrem been injured? No, he hasn't. Pure loyalist players suffering with friction burns. Mate, honestly, they'll be picking them little black balls out of the boots. The little black thingies when you come off the AstroTurf pitch. The little plastic black balls you get when you play on an AstroTurf pitch. You get them stuck in your boots. But yeah, Robert, we watch a lot of West Ham on this channel. Yeah, we watch a lot of West Ham. And Bowen has played a lot of centre-forward for West Ham. Like I said, I don't feel strongly one way or another. He's a good player, very good player. But I don't think he's necessarily better than all of the players that are being included. Madueke, I would give you. Madueke, I would concede. Madueke is not a very good player. Dabang, are we likely to get 2 goals? No, I don't think so. In the last 30 minutes, I think this one's probably going to fizzle out. You might get 1 goal, but it feels like Viking are quite happy with what they've got. Ball in, chance for Viking. just as I say that, and Molde get it clear. Yeah, Molde can't get out, but Viking aren't really taking too many risks either. That's going to be a foul to Viking. Ethan, do you watch savoury crackers? I don't know what they are, mate. Zoltan, Zoldos, Molde goal. No. No Molde goal. Barry Ryan, are you glad that you did this stream now? Always, mate. Always. Of course I am. Any stream with you guys is good. It's all good. It's all good fun. We've got half an hour left in this game. And we've got to try and find a way for Molde and Viking to score 2 goals in this game, according to the people in the chat. Robert Bowen has played up top, but he's played most of the season on the right. He's also scored 1 pen. Well, he played centre forward from the moment Antonio got injured, didn't he? Pretty much. Fulkrug didn't get a look in, and he played centre forward for most of the season after Antonio got injured. So from that moment, which was like what, January, he's played like 5 months up front, mate. He has. I just refuse to believe that you believe that Bowen has played most of the season on the right. He's played maybe half of the season on the right. And either way, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. I'm not going to say that the Bowen is a terrible player. You seem to be getting it twisted. Bowen's a very good player. I'm just not saying it's like outrageous that he's not in the England squad when I think Cole Palmer's better than him, Saka's better than him, Bellingham's better than him. So he's never ever going to be more than a bench player. Eze, I think, has had a better season than him. And you know, you look at around the other players, and Foden, he's got more ability than Bowen. He's in a bad moment, but he's got more ability. So Madueke's in there. I'm not sure I like Madueke, to be honest. I don't think he's a particularly good player, but Tuchel's picked Madueke. Gordon. I think Gordon's a better player than Bowen. If Liverpool could sign any player now, it was a flip of the two, Bowen or Gordon, I'd sign Gordon. Yeah, I'd sign Gordon. And Bowen's a fantastic player. I remember Jurgen Klopp saying that, you know, he was his favourite non-Liverpool player, Jared Bowen. And I really like him. I just don't think he's an essential part of that England squad. Dazen 2-1, Asimo 2-2, Castoni, Viking win please. Beat Boot, this is Viking's 3rd game in 7 days, all on artificial grass. The artificial grass is mad. Like, we've seen 4 players go down injured now with this artificial grass. It's madness. Beat Boop in all 3 away games. And you've won all 3 as well, haven't you? It's fantastic. Dazen win 1, BTTS. I don't think we're going to see a win and BTTS, sadly. I don't think so. He barely played centre forward. He played up top with Kudus a lot. They stayed wide most of the games. He's always a centre forward up there. There's always a centre forward up there. Don't play without a centre forward. I'm absolutely... Well, either way, whatever. You'll argue he did, I'll argue he didn't. All I will say is that I'm not adamant, whichever way you want to look at it. And obviously Tuchel wasn't blown away by him either. I'll fight your corner all day that he should be in over Madueke. He should be in over Madueke. Of course he should. Definitely better than Madueke. I'll agree with you. We can fight that fight together. I'm with you. But Gordon, Palmer, Saka, Bellingham, Eze, I think you're going to find that very difficult. And also, you know, then you've got Morgan Rogers and other players who've had very, very good seasons who... I'm not necessarily saying even that Bowen's better than Morgan Rogers is better than Bowen. You look at Morgan Rogers, you look at Gibbs White. They are players who are... They've got a bigger ceiling than Bowen. Bowen's kind of... That's as good as Jared Bowen's ever going to be. He's never going to leave West Ham now. That is what he's going to be. He's going to be like Mark Noble. He's going to finish at West Ham in his 30s. He'll probably retire there, and he'll go down as a West Ham legend. And fair play to him, absolute legend of West Ham. but he's missed his chance to go somewhere else and be a player in the Champions League and win league titles and things like that. He could have been that. But that's always going to hold you back from an England point of view. And I think Morgan Rogers and Gibbs White are young enough that they probably will end up doing that at some point, and they'll be the ones who get the England call-ups for that reason. So, yeah, forget the stats, forget the heat map, forget all that for just a minute. The fact is, if you're bringing a player off the bench to affect a game, I think you're probably more likely to bring an Eze off than a Jared Bowen right now in this particular moment in time. And that is all we're talking about, is off the bench. Jared Bowen doesn't get a start for England. Never. Never, ever, ever. Palmer, Saka, Bellingham, Foden, all quite comfortably ahead. And then I think you've got Gibbs White, Morgan Rogers, Gordon, Eze, all of those difficult for him to get ahead of. But yeah, like I said, we disagree, but it's all good, mate. It's all good. It's good to have you in the channel as well. It's good to, and I appreciate the back and forth, mate. It's all good. Love that. Love that. Pure loyalist, going by the way games are going, I'm convinced it's going to be the full-time scoreline of 1-0. Honestly, there's been nothing but... This has literally been... We saw a goal in like 2 minutes, and then there's just been a shitload of injuries. That's all this game has been. If I've learned anything from watching this game, it's that no team should have to play on plastic pitches. We've seen 4 players go off with what look like knee injuries. It's definitely going to hurt. And I mean, look, in Norway, it's freezing in a lot of Norway, so I would imagine it's going to be difficult to have anything other than plastic pitches in a lot of the world, or in a lot of the country. But other than that, it's tough to play on plastic pitches. Barry Ryan, are you doing the Portugal game or MLS? Seattle are playing Minnesota. No, I think they're playing a bit too late for me tonight, mate. That guy, 3 players in the Bodo versus Hodgson game today went off injured. Again, probably imagine the plastic pitches. Edward, nice. No, I have 2 accounts. Substub. Oh, Sarikni, Strimdan, Kilgania, Yomi. I don't know what that means, Shah, suppose, but good to have you, mate. Pure loyalist, totally agree with you regarding AstroTurf. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Tom, hello again, matey. How are we? Love your regular lives. Always jump in when I can, you and Bryn. Nice. Good to see you, Tom. As always, mate. Good to see you. Barry Ryan, 11 PM kickoff. Yeah, too late for me, that, mate. Far, far too late for me. Right, we've got 3 changes coming on here for Molde. 3 changes to see if they can maybe get themselves back into the game. 70 minutes on the clock. Viking pushing forward. It's gone out, and we're going to have a couple of changes for Viking as well, I believe. Couple of changes for Viking, couple of changes for Molde. Robert, he just doesn't look glamorous, so people don't rate him. I don't think it's glamour. I don't think it's the glamour thing with Bowen. Trippic is coming off. He looks a little bit confused why he's coming off, but he is coming off. As is Ausbo. Horgan is coming on for Ausbo. Trippic off for Vivatne. Interesting. Couple of mad change. Oh no, it's not Vivatne. Vivatne's got the captaincy. It's going to be Askildsen. Askildson's coming on for Trippic. And then Molde are getting their subs ready. I don't know who it's going to be coming off. Oldham are going up. Yes, love that. Tom, do you think Eze leaves Palace? United are linked with it. United aren't signing Eze. Nah, United aren't signing Eze. I can see Eze leaving. Yeah, £60 million feels like good value for Eze this summer. And again, that's a question for you, Robert. You talk about Bowen being better than Eze. I think if someone came and offered West Ham £60 million for Jared Bowen right now, you'd probably reject it, wouldn't you? That's the difference. I think 60 million for Eze feels like good value. 60 million for Jared Bowen, you're not going to get him. Tom, I'd love to have him at United. I'm not surprised. Yeah. Eze and Burmo, both of those linked with United. I can't see either of them going to United, if I'm dead honest. Substub, come on, man. We got him to do this. He has a family. Daz, are the under-21s Euros on Freeview? All match or just England? No. The under-21s European Championships, the games that we are doing, they are all on Channel 4. And I think Channel 4 on demand as well. So yes, you can watch them all. Barry Ryan Santos are playing at 8 PM. Neymar and Co. Christ, I wouldn't watch that if you paid me. I really wouldn't watch that if you paid me. Did you watch the Oldham game? Extra 2 goals in 4 minutes. Yeah, I did, mate. Yeah, we was doing the watch-along. Yeah, if you go to YouTube and search Oldham versus Southend watch-along, you'll see our reaction at the very end. It was unbelievable. Loved it. One of the best games we've done. Tom, I'd love to have Gyökeres too. I think Gyökeres will come to United. Yeah. Gyökeres does feel like that one's happening. I think he's rapidly got a diminishing number of options in terms of teams that he could go to. Litigation, Edward and Substub are cool. They are. Love them. As are you, Litigation. As is Barry. As is Daz. Pure Loyalist. We've got some great guys in the chat. Robert, for sure, because we wrapped him up on a 7-year. He's married Danny Dyer's daughter, 100 million minimum. Exactly. Tom, I don't want much, just United to not be crap anymore. The one and only, what do you think of the new Man U signing? Good player, but I'm not sure if he really changes things for Manchester United. I think United need a lot more. I don't think he really changes where United finish. United will still be a bottom half team with Cunha. And if you sell Bruno Fernandes, then it'll be a lot worse. Barry Ryan, lol, you don't do South American football here. No South American football. The closest we'll get to South American football is the Club World Cup. Robert Anthony, Man U will be in serious trouble next season. If they sell Bruno Fernandes, and I'm a firm believer you don't get better by selling your best players, and I think that they're going to struggle without Bruno Fernandes. So, yeah, I think Gyökeres comes in. I think Cunha, Gyökeres, and maybe Ahmad are their front three next season. They're going to need a couple of centre mids. They're going to need maybe a full back, maybe a goalkeeper, maybe a centre back. They still need a lot of work this summer, and I think they'll find out very quickly that the Cunha deal got wrapped up really quickly because Cunha said from day dot, didn't he? I only want Man United. He's a Man United fan. He only wanted Man United. That deal was really easy for them to do. Every other player I think in Europe that Man United are talking to, they're all saying to their agent, is there anyone else? Is there anyone else we can go, like, is there anyone else interested in me? Like, and United are saying, oh, we'll have you, and they're going, yeah, we're interested, we are interested, of course we're interested, but, you know, we've got some other offers on the table, and we're mulling them over and all that, and I just feel like that's the position United have got themselves in, is they're always going to be second, third, fourth, fifth choice to a lot of the players they're targeting. And Brian and Burmo, I think, is falling in that category. I would be amazed if United managed to get some of the signings they're being linked with actually over the line. Ollie, how do you think Leeds will do next season? You need to sack Danny Farker. I think Danny Farker takes you down. The longer you hang on to him, the less chance you've actually got of staying up. And that's, there's not really a lot else to say about Leeds. I think they've got a good team. There's some players in there who I think you might need to improve on to stay up, but by and large, you've got some quality. You've got an half-decent chance of staying up, but you need to get rid of Danny Farker. You need to add a few players in, and you've got as good a chance as anyone. Why not? I actually think Burnley, have got a better chance of staying up than Leeds. I'll say that. Even though I think Leeds are the better team. Oh, it's a penalty. It is a penalty. It was always going to be a penalty. Viking have got a penalty. The ball was floated in. It was just a simple free kick. Viking chest the ball down. And it's on the penalty spot. He chests the ball down and it's just falling in front of him. And as the ball's falling in front of him, he's ready to take a swipe at it. He's ready to have a little volley. And the defender, you can see, he's got a handful of his shirt. He's dragging him back. He's dragging the player back. And the player falls back, all dramatic. And it's a penalty. Referee, no hesitation. Straight to the penalty spot. And there you go. It's going to be 2-0 Viking. It's going to be 2-0 Viking. You watch. Tom, nothing will be changing until we get rid of the Parasite Glazers. 33-1 for relegation. Wow. Abs, Leverkusen are trying to rinse us dry for Wirtz. Mate, they're not, honestly. It's just a case of making sure that Liverpool and Bayer Leverkusen agree the actual schedule for the payments. That's all it is. It'll still happen. Tom, I want Garnacho to go. He's got the wrong attitude. No one is bigger than the club. How many players keep saying... You can't keep saying that with every player. Feels like every player gets that. Every player feels like they're bigger than the club. Oh, he's hit the crossbar! Viking have hit the crossbar! Oh, no! He's just smashed it off the crossbar. The keeper guessed right, but it was nowhere near the keeper. Oh, Viking could have killed this game off. 77 minutes on the clock. Christensen should have put that away. Smashed it off the crossbar. Penalty miss from Viking. Clay 19. Good to see you, Clay. How long do you stream for? It changes from day to day, mate. It depends what games are on. We've got Molde and Viking right now. We've just done Oldham and Southend. I've been live pretty steadily since about 1 o'clock today. So, yeah, we've been live for about 7.5 hours up to this point. But... yeah, it changes from day to day. Sometimes I have done days where I've done 4 games of streaming, and it's been 12 hours, 12 solid hours back to back, just watching football, which is great. Caleb, Premdad, have you tried Maryland's? Do you mean Maryland's cookies? Are we talking about Maryland's cookies? They're the only Maryland's I'm aware of. And have I? Yes, but I again, you won't believe me because I know you're gonna look and you say, "Ah, you little chunk." I know, honestly, mate, I am not a massive biscuit fan. I'm not a lover of biscuit. I can take or leave biscuits. I don't mind a rich tea or a digestive, maybe very occasionally if I have a brew, but other than that, I can live without biscuits. Your man, do you think Chelsea is going to win the Champions League next year or not? No, Chelsea are nowhere near the Champions League, mate. Abs, Garnacho has the ego of Ronaldo with the footballing ability of a rabbit. I think Garnacho's still one of your best wide players. I mean, I look at... Garnacho, for me, is one of your best attacking threats. As a Liverpool fan, when Garnacho comes onto the pitch, I'm a lot more concerned than when you've got Xerxes or Højlund or... pretty much anyone, to be honest. Any other player at United I'm not concerned of, but Garnacho always gives me cause for concerns. Why? Because he's quick, he's direct, he can score from distance, he can create. He's got decent numbers, Garnacho. Molde with the cross in, cleared away by Viking. Tom, we had a joke right now. It's so depressing. I want to go back to owning the Prem like we did. Listen, Tom, one thing I can assure you, mate, is football is cyclical. Manchester United will come back, and that's from a Liverpool fan. Man United will be back. They are a big club. They'll get it right in the end. They might get the owners out. Maybe the owners will start to put some cash in. Don't know. Something will happen. In your lifetime, again, I promise you, Man United will be back. It might take some time. And it might be that you're back at the expense of Liverpool. Our time will come again, I'm sure. Our time will end up being that we drop out of the top 6, top 7. Maybe we'll not go as far down as 14th, 15th, but, you know, I'm sure we'll have our moment again. I remember growing up watching Liverpool and we were crap in the 90s. We were always finishing 7th and 8th. Abs, who do you want up front for Liverpool? I would like Alvarez in an ideal world, yes. Hi Ryan, good to see you. Treble winners this year. I can't say it, Chief. Tom, I want Sheikh Jassim to take over. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. Again, there's a lot of people who have lots and lots of money who don't have the club's best interests at heart. And I don't necessarily think it's about having, everyone sort of thinks, let's just have a Saudi billionaire or a, Qatari billionaire or whatever. I don't think that's the right thing, and I don't think we should be prioritising that. You've got to prioritise owners that will run the club in the best way. And sometimes that isn't about making the right decisions on the pitch. It's not just about an unlimited pot of money. It's about doing what's right for Man United. And one of the things that United should probably prioritise is not actually having owners who suck loads of debt out of the club or laid loads of debt onto the club. You're cute. Alvarez loves Spain. He won't leave Atleti. Well, he played for City, so why not? Why not? Caleb Premdad, what are you drinking? I am drinking... I've got a Miyoki cup, which I bought off TikTok shop, by the way. But I've got a Miyoki cup, and it's literally just ice and water. That's it. Just ice and water. It looks like a big flask, but it is just to keep it ice cold, that's all. Ancelotti sacked, such a poor decision. Tom would love to go for a pint with you and watch some footy. Well, I mean, maybe one day we will, Tom. Maybe one day we will. Until then, I'm absolutely happy. You can have a pint where you're watching and you can watch on it. Or we can get you on maybe one day. Maybe we can get you on if you're up for it. No pressure. Maybe you can actually come on one day. I'm game for getting people on the lives if they fancy it someday. King Sloth, do you think Spurs will sack Ange? Do I think they will? Yes. Do I think they should? Absolutely not. I think it's a terrible idea for them to sack him. A terrible idea. But I think they probably will do. Sadly. Barry, you could argue that better is level. Do you do African League football here? No. Don't do African League football. That guy MP, Trippic is normally the penalty taker. He's only missed one penalty in 5 years. Moses, I just need corners from Molde, please. 2 corners. A Simo now after this. Molde win or draw. Well, we've got 7 minutes left of this game. And to be honest, again, we're just... there's just not been a lot of quality. Again, we're making another sub here. Viking slowing the game down. Last 5-6 minutes here of normal time. Be yourself, Dylan. Hey, how's your day been? Day's been good, mate. Yeah, really good. We've had a very good day. I think Fabrizio Romano has just said that Bayer Leverkusen have agreed something. I imagine the Flecken deal with Brentford. Abs, do you agree that PSG are the best team in the world? Right now, probably, yeah. Right this moment, yeah, they are. Caleb, what have you had for tea? I haven't had anything for tea. I have nothing at all. As I say, when I started the live at like 1 o'clock, and I came upstairs and I brought these upstairs, Satsumas, a bag of Satsumas. I haven't even opened them, so I need to have tea as soon as this game finishes. I need to go and have something to eat. King Sloth, why do you think it's terrible Spurs are a Jose type team, not suit Ange? Thank you for the gifts as well, King Sloth. I appreciate that, mate. But why do I think it's terrible? I think Spurs are a very, very good side that Ange has helped to build. And I think that he has been very, very unfortunate with the way that like the injuries that they've had. I think at different points in the season it's hurt them. I think they've ran themselves into the ground. They've been playing kids at centre-back and all this. Like, you can't sign Archie Gray from Leeds and end up playing him at centre-back. I think that's really difficult to justify and then argue that he should be doing better. I think he's had a poor season, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't hold his feet to the fire. He still won a European Cup for Spurs in his second season. The guy's going to be a legend at Spurs. And I actually think that when Ange does go, and it probably will be in the next week or so, Daniel Levy will fire him, and Daniel Levy will make a rod for his own back. There'll be Spurs fans, I guarantee you, later in the season, whoever they appoint, whether it's Pochettino or whoever it might be, whoever the new manager is who comes in, I absolutely guarantee you that there'll be a subsection of Spurs fans who are like, oh, we should have kept Ange. Typical Levy. Typical Levy. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. He's got rid of a manager again too early. Oh, hey, Molde are in here. Chance. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Molde have scored. Molde have scored. There you go. It's Dagger. It's Dagger. It's 1-1. Molde 1. Viking 1 in the last minute. 1-1. There's 5 minutes to go. Sorry, it's not last minute yet. But we're in the last few minutes of this game before normal time. And Molde have scored. There you go. Harry, what's the best football shirt you have? I don't know, mate. Honestly, I've got a Roma one that I really like with Totti on the back. I've got a Fiorentina one. I like the Argentina one. I like the PSG one with Ronaldinho on the back. I like a lot of them. I like a lot of them. David won a tournament yesterday, undefeated. Nice. Emiliano, tea or coffee? Tea always. Kingsloth, do you not think that's the system he plays and the players don't suit it? I think he can be guilty of being a bit tactically naive. Oh, there's a VAR check here. There's a VAR check. Oh, it's a VAR. No. Has he give it? Free kick. No goal. No goal. No goal. I don't think it is a goal. Has he give the goal? Has he give the goal? Has he give it? What's happened? No, it's ruled out. I told you. He stamped on his foot. Dagger has stamped on the player's foot, the defender's foot. It's been ruled out. It's been ruled out. It's 0-1. As the ball was coming through, Dagger, he stood on the defender's foot. The defender then collapsed to the floor and the ball ran through to Dagger. Dagger then puts it in the box, in the bottom corner. And that was why it was 1-1. The referee's gone. He's had a look at it. He's looked. He's seen it was a foul. And it's been ruled out. So there you go. It's Molde 0, Viking 1. And we're now back level to where we were before. 2 minutes to go. Viking probably about to win this one. Callum Zubermendi set to be announced as an Arsenal player tomorrow morning. Doesn't really make any difference, that. I don't think that helps Arsenal win the league next season. Put it that way. Phew, that was better from Dagger. Caleb, do you know Ben Jacobs? Yes. I don't know him, but I know of him, yeah. He's just said that Al Hilal are getting closer to agreeing a deal with Bruno. Interesting. Okay. It's Ryder 28, Barnsley. Okay, Barnsley chop. That guy, geez, that saved my night and saved my day. TK49, what's your football team? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. I am a Liverpool fan. Oh, it's a foul. Free kick on the edge of the area to Molde here. Litigation, take it easy, mate. Have a good night. Take it easy. Amar, where to watch? You can watch it on OneFootball, Amar. You can watch it on OneFootball. That guy, MP, oh man, I just can't wait for the next home game. Well, we'll probably do some more of the Norwegian League, mate. Over the summer, we'll probably do some more. So maybe you'll catch us with some more Viking games. Hopefully you'll come back. It'd be nice if you subscribed and all that. It'd be great if you did. Thank you for everyone who's liked on YouTube, by the way. If you're not going to subscribe, hopefully you do. But if you don't subscribe, at least click the like button. If you like and subscribe, I'll love you forever. But if you can, that'd be amazing. Caleb, apparently they've offered 90 million and United have said yes, but Bruno's still compromising with them. Nice, okay. Joe Stowe, evening. Good evening, Joe. How are you all doing? TK49, I bet it was good winning the Prem. It was wonderful. Yeah, it was wonderful. Tabang, why was the goal cancelled? Because Dagger stepped on the defender's foot. He stamped on the defender's foot. It was a foul, mate. It definitely was a foul. And the referee spotted it, did the old VAR check, and gave the foul. So, yeah, it was ruled out. And we're into 6 minutes. 6 minutes of added on time here. We are 2 minutes into injury time. Caleb forgot that it says Al Hilal are going to pay what it takes to get him. I don't think it's 90 million quid for Bruno Fernandes. I really don't. I can't believe for 1 second that United get 90 million for him. If I'm wrong, so be it, but I'd be very, very surprised if it's anywhere close to that. That guy MP, if you stream Vikings away matches or other top matches in the Norwegian football, I'll def tune back in. Nice. About Google, I had 1.5 goals. Best score now. Mate, we'll see. We'll see. It's a free kick here to Viking. Sorry, to Molde. It's a chance for them to whip the ball into the box here now. On the road FC, what are we watching? We are watching Molde against Viking. We are in the last 3 minutes of the game, so I'm ending the live in the next 5-10 minutes, mate. But it's a free kick for Molde just outside the area. Opportunity for them to put the ball into the box. It's whipped in, punched away by the keeper. Molde pressing to try and get that equaliser. Oh, there's an off-the-ball clash here. There's an off-the-ball clash, and there might be a red card coming for Molde. Player's gone down, holding his jaw. I think they might just be debating, wasting some time on the Road FC score. The score is 1-0 to Viking. Or 0-1. Molde 0, Viking 1. Entering the final 2 minutes of this game. Bobby LFC, thoughts on Nunes? Love him to bits. I love him to bits and I would love us to keep him. In an ideal world, we would keep him. But I can understand that Arne Slot doesn't maybe want him. Or doesn't quite, that's not his idea of a top centre-forward. He wants something a little bit different. And that's fine. That's fine. You've got to back your manager at the end of the day. So I would rather we keep Darwin Nunes. But I'm fine if Arne Slot decides not to. But I think he probably does leave and he goes to maybe an Atletico Madrid or somewhere like that and ends up being a very, very good striker. He's a very good player. Is Wirtz close to completion? Yes, he is. Yeah. Liverpool and Bayer Leverkusen are just agreeing the final few details in terms of when the payments are likely to be made. Are we paying them in 1 or 2 big payments or 5 big payments, or how is it being done? How is the payments being broken down? That can sometimes take a couple of days. How much for Wirtz? Apparently it's going to be around about the 110 million pounds mark with some bonuses on top. JW, how do you think Oldham do in League 2 next season then? I think they need to sort themselves out this summer, don't they? They need to go and get some decent players this summer to help them. I think there's a couple of players there that can be Football League players, but they definitely need some help, don't they? They definitely need some players. So it depends a lot on what happens over the summer. Can they get the recruitment done right? Molde, chance here. Oh, just about cleared away by Viking. And Viking now on the counter-attack. Oh, they've ran it out of play. I think that might... The referee's not going to add much longer on. Maybe 60 seconds here. Maybe 60 seconds left. Molde knocking it forward. Swung into the box. Little flick on. Chance. He's gone down. There's a penalty claim. Big claim for a penalty. For the Scott McTominay lookalike. He's not getting it. He's not getting it. Dagger is screaming at the ref, going like that. You've got to check it. You've got to check it. I don't think you're getting a penalty for that, Sunshine. That was the last act of a desperate man right there. No, you're not getting a pen for that. You're not going to get a pen for that. Ryan, Spurs top 6 next season. I can't see that. No, I can't see that. JW, we're going to watch the Segunda Division game after. No, mate, we're not. I've done 2 games today. I've done 2 very, very long games. Been streaming since 1 o'clock this afternoon. So that's going to be it. And that is the game there. Molde 0, Viking 1. This one's finished. Viking win it. They stay top of the Eliteserien. They go 18 points clear of Molde. 18 points clear of Molde at the foot of the table. And... it's been a great performance from Viking. They're on a magnificent run of games. This is 13 wins in 15 games for Viking. They are on fire. They are on absolute fire. Pure Loyalist, well, I can't see the scoreline changing, so I'm off for now. Take care, and as always, all the best to you in the channel. Cheers, Pure Loyalist. Take it easy, mate. I had 2.5 goal, penalty VAR. Thanks for streaming this. Really fun to tune in. Cheers, that guy, MP. Appreciate it, mate. And yeah, like I said, hopefully you subscribe and I'll see you all soon. Thanks for the likes and the love and all that stuff on the comments. I really appreciate it. Fair enough, deserved rest now, definitely. Right, I'm going to end the live. And I will see you all on maybe tomorrow. We might do the Icelandic game tomorrow. I might pop up. Keep an eye on the channel tomorrow. We might do a live tomorrow at some point. If I schedule a live tomorrow, I'll let you know. You'll be able to see. We'll be live at some point tomorrow. But if not, we'll be live back again on the... Is it the 4th for the Germany game in the Nations League? But we might be live tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. Have a nice night. I hope whatever you're doing with your weekend, you've enjoyed it. And yeah, lots of love. Thank you very much for following. All the subscribes, all the likes.